D Daniels, that's my name. Hopefully, making y'all crazy MFs laugh is my game. This doing content, it's a little bit more difficult than it looks like. Because I've been watching a lot of YouTubes forever. I was watching somebody and they say that YouTube's is their TV. And I feel similarly about that, man. Sometimes I be throwing on Black Mirrors or I was watching this documentary, man, specifically about this Asian brother at Rolling Stones. And he was going through all sorts of calamities, man. And his families, they lived in Chinatown in I forget what state. But man, there was this teacher, the gym teacher, treated him all sorts of racial, man. And it's just nuts. It's just nuts, man. So, speaking about YouTube, you see this brother over here wanting to speak about TME jokes. So, speaking about YouTube, man, I'm watching this documentary. This actually happened. I was watching this documentary about this man who's one of the best writers in Rolling Stone. Something Wong Rodriguez or something like that. It was like a combination of, I think it was Wong, I forget his first name. It was a Latin name at the end of it. And I got sidetracked, man, and I throw on some YouTube. And what I learned on YouTube, man, is there's a formula. Hey, what's up, my brother? How you doing? You like jokes? You like comedy? Or you just working? I'm telling you some jokes, man. If you want to hear them, I tell you. I got this one joke. You ever been to a wedding? You ever been to a wedding? Man, I went to a wedding. Tyler Perry was there as my deal. I got another cousin. I call her the crazy Philharmonicas, bro. You want to know why I call her that? Because one, she's crazy. She works at the Philharmonic of Atlanta, Georgia. 3, she's a broad. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I know you're working, man. If you come back, I'm gonna tell you some stuff, okay? Okay, man, he a hard-working brother, just like my suspenders. I was wondering why my suspenders are so loose. I tell you why I wanted to shoot. There was this brother, man. There was this brother yesterday, and there's Francesca at work. Francesca's beautiful. Very, very nice. Hello, how's it going? Francesca's a very beautiful child of God woman. I believe that she's a Seventh-day Adventist, and that's wonderful. I learned stuff about her and her people and the religions, and I'm just like, man, you get a good word from that? And I said, awesome, man, I get a good word from my stuff too. And my cousins, I got 1,000,000,000,000 cousins, man, and I've been feeling so lonely in my families. So I had a Zoom call family reunion, and I found out I had 1,000,000,000,000 cousins on one side, and that's my main side, and I had 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 family members on another side, and it's really nice to meet them, because, man, I've been feeling so lonely. These days been feeling so lonely. And I've been having a lot to say, man. Yo, this is actually true. Shut up, Christine. All the time, Christian want to talk and act like, yo, you okay? Man, I don't want to embarrass him. He act like he's a good salesman. All the stuff that he learned, I taught him, because they say, well, a great artist is a stealer. That's what they say. A great artist is a stealer. That's what they say. That's what my boss told me. So I learned how to be such a good salesman because of my daddy. Christian, I don't know what your daddy does, but you better not be a stealer, because he works at a different opera house than me. I work at the Egalitarian Opera House, and here's another one that he works at. I don't know which one that is. But anyways, I had a situation at my job. I was talking to another one of my friends, man. I didn't realize he was my friend like that, but then he started talking about all the stuff. He was talking about Sammy Davis Jr. He didn't know I know nothing about Sammy Davis Jr. And then we was talking about this opera singer that he liked, man, and he had these shorts on. And I didn't even know what he liked mans with shorts on. And I said, okay, that's cool. That's one layer that I know about you. I actually have these jokes about these. It's not even a joke, man. It's just, I don't even know that I'm telling jokes. I'm talking about my life, and maybe my life is a joke. Maybe that's what God's saying. I don't have my harmonicas. Do I have my... Man, I don't have my harmonicas, because if I had my harmonicas, I would damn sure do what God is telling me. And usually he's telling me I got to play my harmonicas. He's come down from heaven like a big God in the sky. So this is God. D. Daniels. And I'm like, oh man, what's going on, God? He said, D. Daniels, I think it's time for you to do what I need you to do. And I said, Lord, what? So I'm never on the same level as Lord. Lord, what do you mean it's time for me to do what you need me to do? He said, D. Daniels, I need you to play the harmonicas. I said, man, how is it that I got all these instruments, God, and the harmonica is the hardest one for me to play? They say I gotta blow and suck at pause, God. Pause. You don't need to pause. Is what God's telling me. Anyways, I got this suit on. I don't know, man, with the DEI, and they try to take the inclusions, and they trying to be disrespectful to the people of the community, the people that love on each other, man. It's just the people that, yeah, man. I don't know how much y'all trust me yet. I don't know how much I could actually talk about. I want to talk about my brother that I love very much, and my brother's trans, man, and I love him so damn much. I remember when he wasn't my brother. Don't worry, I'm not going to dead name. That's not how we're doing it here. But I'm trying to figure out, man, how you talk about communities that you're not a part of, but you love them to death. And you literally stomp a mud hole if somebody talk bad about them, man. That's why I feel so conflicted about David Chappelle's. Because I think he's incredible. You know, back in the day. Sorry, nobody came to me before I even get started, okay? What I'm saying, David Chappelle, he used to have this joke. I'm going to say it like this real quick, because I don't got my instruments on me. He go like this. Black people do this. And white people do that. When black people, what's that? Run it back. When white people's lights turn off, they panic. Oh my God. Oh, the Lord, get me a trench coat. It is going down. When black people's lights turn off, man. Listen, baby, I need you to go over to Mr. Chen. That's the beautiful Chinese man at the Chinese restaurant. Tell him, wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't it be a coincidence? The lights is off one more again. The lights is off one more sing again. But here's the thing, my baby's got to eat. So I need you to go over to tell Mr. Chen, get him some shrimp and broccoli, because I want the shrimp, you getting the broccolis. You allergic to shrimp, everybody in my family gonna eat, especially vegetables. Man, Ali don't like no vegetables. That's a side tangent. Every time I'm talking to Ali, man, I'm like, baby, I'm gonna make up these Brussels sprouts. I know how to make it good with honey and peppers and all this good stuff. He said, no, I don't like no vegetables. I said, that's why your stomach's always messed up and you're in the bathroom for 1.5 hours. It's not about your taggy bone that you grab. Literally, never mind. Literally, I'm trying to lose my dog in heaven. Okay. Where was I at? Talking about my brother, David Chappelle. Black people do this, baby. Get our credit from the Chinese man and tell him, listen, man, we paying for half of this food anyway. Because listen, when I pay you back, I'm paying you back with EBTs anyway. Okay, Mr. Chen? I know you know my baby is embarrassed as I am embarrassed sending my baby here, because he is a hard-working black baby. Just because that black baby got 17 jobs like my crazy Philharmonicas. Actually, I'm not telling my story. But listen, man, black people used to doing strange things. So I'm not afraid of no racism. My grandfather Jared, you ever wonder why I'm so crazy? It's because of my grandfather Jared. I should call him Grandfather Jared. He likes being called Grandfather Jared. He ain't seen my set yet, so he don't know why I'm calling him Grandfather Jared. It's a special story. He had an afro in the 60s and 70s, a little bit more needed than mine. Big old afro. They call him Q-tip man because he's very much thinner than me. There's an Italian man bothering my grandfather every day of the week. And listen, man, my grandfather used to bring his horn to work, and he was so tired. He was so tired of this man beating him up and just talking mess on him and spitting tomato sauce filled spitballs in his afro and his white shirt to my grandma. Hey, how's it going? You know, he was just sick of it. So my grandfather took his horn. He was hiding in the bushes just like this because he's a union man, and he said he got to have an hour lunch break. Imagine my grandfather Jerry in those bushes, and he passes his wooden horn. He says to this Italian man, bah, 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 who's the moolah now? The man said, damn. And Grandpa Jay said, who's the moolah now? Grandpa got to think of some better comebacks, but he was so tired. And not because he was just so tired. You think black people's crazy, man? Black people ain't crazy. Black people ain't never been crazy. Black people, the way what's going on with us, man, is that we very much like D. Daniels, right? We are presented with abnormal situations and we are expected to act normally. How do you do that? How you naturally do that? So that's why I'm wearing the suit, because yesterday I did with me a very abnormal situation. White women, I wish you would come in here and listen, maybe get an education. So anyway, I'm talking to Francesca. She happens to be white. That don't do nothing about our relationship. I asked Francesca, I said, can you tell me a little bit about La Boheme? She said, D-Dance, what the hell is La Boheme? I said, La Boheme, the one that's based on 525,000,000,600 minutes. That's why, that's the song. And she said, oh, La Boheme. I said, whoa, baby, don't try to slick talk me. And out of nowhere, this old man, Franco Lombardo. Man, I tried to be so nice to Franco, because I like how he dressed, man. And there was this one joke. This girl asked, you said it before 20 yesterday. Man, hey, I did before 2 years there. Maybe I could that. Maybe I don't. I really care. Franco Lombardo. Man, he comes while I'm talking to Francesca. She giving me an education about La Bohemes. And he goes, imagine me, D-Dan's right there. And D-Dan's right here. There's the camera. He said, hey, so Francesca. And it's almost like he put his whole entire buns to my face and he didn't wash well. He did not. And I was like, man, what the blasted heck is this about? Is this what you think about me? You think I'm so small that you could just disrespect me in this way? So I wore a suit specifically to show him, because you think I'm a thug. I am, but I also know how to be very articulate. And I'm not impressed by you. You know, Christian, shut me up, Dace, you shut up, right? I'm not impressed by you, dog. And I think you're threatened by me. And gotta tell you, I only think about you in this moment that I'm using you for humor. Bro, that's rough that you would say that. Yo, shut up, D. Hey, actually, that's all I gotta say. I ain't worried about you. We about to make some announcement. I'm actually about to make the announcement, Christian. Oh, I'm gonna tap out. D wants to make the announcements. Okay, so, like I told you, we're working on Cinemas Verite. How's it going today, sir? How's it going, man? We're working on comedy. You like comedy? Not in the mood? Okay, man. Have a great day. Have a great day. I think it's comedic how he walks. Anyway, tell me. That's not kind. That's not fine. Not in the mood now. I don't really care if he's in the mood. That's the good thing about documentary comedies. But I'm telling you this thing. I'm telling you this thing about what's going on, my brother. Telling you this thing that we're releasing this week. There's a beautiful picture that's happening right here in front of me. How's it going? You look wonderful. So going on in this tonight, I'm releasing a couple things. Been saying that. Hey, how's it going? That's a beautiful dog. Can I say hi to your dog? Oh man. She's not friendly. Oh man, she's beautiful though. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah, baby. She's not friendly. She don't like me. That's okay. Dog don't got like D-Dance. D-Dance don't like the dog in there, we do. Anyways, I'm putting this out. This is a free little shit. It had nothing to do with it. In terms of YouTube, I'm trying to create a narrative. So I'm probably going to date certain things. I'm working on something that they tried to use against me or tried to use against Christian in college. They said I was making literary lewdness. They said Christian was making cinematics graffiti. And I said, man, we pay all this money to be disrespected about our respective art forms? Okay, anyways. So some of the videos, when you see the drawing and the pictures and all that stuff, that is what we're calling cinematics graffiti. This form that we're making right now, hey, it has a good day. It's called documentary comedy. And I've seen a couple hashtags about it, but I ain't never really seen nobody's do documentary comedy the way I'm thinking about doing this form. So listen, we gonna get on stage. That's happening on 5/29/25. Made a list about 1 billion people that I'm gonna invite. 1 million people. That's before we get to my family. Oh, look here. Anyways, what's the last thing? That's happening. I'm also, the Untitled Gospel Project page is finally live. This page is finally live. That's how, obviously, that's why you're watching it. So I want you to like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. The TikTok is the same name. Instagram is also the same name. D-Dance Comedy, @D-Dance Comedy, @D-Dance Comedy. Think about it. Anyway, so we're doing, man, I wish I had my notes. We're doing the first video. Actually, we're thinking maybe we're just doing one video today. We're putting this one out, and then we're putting one out called the Black History Special, probably part 1. Because Black History is so vast, and there's probably a billion million parts to it before we even get to, before we even get here, man, because our history is so expansive, man. I was talking to Francesca about this girl that I was dating, and nobody liked her because they thought she was doing voodoo. So I said, man, she ain't no doing no voodoo. She's just a Santeria. That's all she just love on Santeria. Man, and the interesting thing about dating this woman, she brought me closer to my God, because I had to ask God. I said, man, we equally yoked. What the heck is going on here? Because I love the girl, but we believe different things. And listen, man, I just learned that maybe this is controversial, but I'm thinking, man, I could be, hey, how's it going? I could be, hey, that baby like comedy. I could be unequally yoked with a woman of the Lord, right? And I don't want to be, but I'm saying, is it all about the religion, or is it how you think about the world and what you see for yourself and what you see for relationships? I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's why I do the Sunday cipher. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. No, I don't wait. Y'all gonna have to wait till Sunday. Y'all gonna get a couple Sunday ciphers, because I did one on Palm Sunday. We're talking about the ass. Jesus rode in on the ass. That's one of the best stories about the Bible, because that's the only time I could cuss in the church. My grandpa Jed, same thing. My 95-year-old grandmother who's blind, when I was reading the Bible with her, I wasn't even reading the Bible no more. We put the Bible down and I said, ass. Grandma ran around and she couldn't find me because she's blind. Blinder than Stevie Wonder, actually. Because Stevie Wonder saw Shaq in the elevator. I'm gonna say that one more time. Stevie Wonder saw Shaq in the elevator. The blind musician, Stephen Wonderful, saw Shaq in the elevator. So, that's one thing. So we're releasing that on Sundays. But tonight is going to be the Black History Special Part 1. We're not talking about the new stuff about Kanye West. We're talking about some old stuff. But listen, we're going to probably have something new to talk about Kanye in Part 2, 3, and 4. Because, man, just like him, just like Black History, it's very complicated. Very lazy. Very many layers. Anyways, talking about Black History. I wear this ring specifically because it makes me feel like Malcolm. Because when I'm going to work and you want to be disrespectful to me, I want to have the protection of Malcolm. In addition, I praise my God every day. I praise my God at my desk. This the show rings. Jesus smile. Over the fortress, Lord divine. Over the station, to the love. On the spirit, just blue. This is my story, this is my song. Praise my Savior all day long. Okay, so that's happening tonight. Also, we're doing something on the Untitled Gospel Project page called Untitled Gospel Medley. It's just some songs. I'm going to do that. That's about 12 minutes. And I'm trying to figure out, because I'm doing 12 minutes on the two shows. You're deleting 2 things for you to watch on the D-Dance page. Maybe I give you 1 thing on D-Dance page and another thing on 2 things actually on Untitled Gospel Project page. I'm just watching these little babies, and it look like that baby gonna fall off that ledge. And sometimes I'm just like, why the heck? Is you doing it for the gram, Grandma? Gram is doing it for the gram. That's crazy. Anyway, this was a quick little 20 minute set. Didn't expect to do it, but I've been saying I'm gonna do daily 5s. Haven't been doing it. Get back, do my little works, and get the heck up out of there. Maybe he's some more crazy stories from my co-workers. So, anyways, this has been the News. Good night. Good luck.